Assemblyman, thank you for putting your country and your love of Israel above politics. And I think that all of us could learn from your powerful and passionate words. Thank you for being here. We will attempt to answer any questions that those of you in the working media have for us.
Governor, many of the folks behind you, like Danny Deneau, who spoke about Judea and Samaria, don't believe in a two-state solution at all, and would like Israel to annex those lands. Is that your view, or as president, would you work for a two-state solution?
Well, I don't know what the deputy speaker's position is on that with any great detail, so I think for me to make a statement on that at this particular point in time would be inappropriate. But to answer your last query, I do support a two-state solution only if the nation of Israel and the Palestinian authorities do sit down and have direct negotiations between each other, and under no other circumstance would I accept that or support that.
Governor,
yes,
reading along in your written statement that was described.
I hope I followed it rather closely.
but I noticed you omitted the line about sending a signal to Turkey and Egypt that we won't tolerate aggression against Israel.
Please print that, because I just overlooked it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Sure.
Governor, I'm curious to what extent you view America's protection of Israel as a theological concern?
Say it again, I'm
To
sorry.
what extent do you view America's continued protection of Israel as a theological priority concern?
Well, obviously, Israel is our oldest and most stable democratic ally in that region. That is what this is about. I also, as a Christian, have a clear directive to support Israel. So, from my perspective, it's pretty easy. Both as an American and as a Christian, I am going to stand with Israel. As I said in my remarks, Israel's not a perfect country, but you will find me not only welcoming the Prime Minister of Israel, whoever that individual may be, in the appropriate manner to the White House, but I will be standing with Israel. And the people of Israel and the people of this world will never question where I stand when it comes to Israel.
What do you have to say to many Israelis who believe that people are afraid that the relationship between Israel and the U.S. is almost on the verge of crisis?
Right. Well, I think it's like any relationship that could get rocky from time to time, the American people are for Israel. We may have an administration that has a different view of Israel, but the American people are for Israel. They are for having a foreign policy that is clear, that is succinct, that is powerfully messaged to our allies in the world that we are going to be there to support you. And we're going to be unwavering in that. So I hope you will tell the people of Israel that help is on the way.
Can you explain what your policy under Kerry administration would be towards the settlements?
Well, from the standpoint of the settlements, those need to be negotiated directly with the state of Israel. If the United States needs to be sitting in and being part of that solution or in those negotiations, certainly we would lend a hand. But at the end of the day, those are about the sovereign nation of Israel making the decisions about those lands. Now, the issue of how we have a state of the Palestinian people, that is direct negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians. And it can't be accomplished in any other way.
Should the Israelis be allowed to continue building?
I think so. I mean, if their land is things that we should do if the UN does in fact vote to allow statehood in direct conflict with the Oslo Accords. One of those is obviously having the United States send a clear message to the UN that we're not going to support you with our dollars anymore. Obviously, shutting down that mission in Washington, D.C. I mean, I think the message needs to be swift. I think the message needs to be powerful. Yes, sir.
Comrade, you just mentioned that you support this two-state solution.
Right.
But if you look around, you see what's happening in Egypt and in Syria. How can you rely on a piece of paper and giving back territories and having another state
Right.
when you're not sure what's going to be in this state in the future?
Here's what I believe, is that for 3 years, the Middle East has heard a wavering, an aimless foreign policy, and they've seen it all too often out of this White House, apologizing for America, apologizing for America's exceptionalism. I think that message has been the driving factor in the instability in the Middle East. A president who stands up and clearly states their policy when it comes to our allies, and supporting those moderate Muslim governments that I talked about who seek peace and reconciliation and will work with Israel and the other nations in the Middle East to find those solutions. That is what this administration has been lacking. And that's what I hope to bring to these negotiations and to that, so that there is a feeling of trust, and that there is a known quantity from the standpoint of here's where America stands every day. Yes, sir.
Last question.
Last question.
What is your position on United Jerusalem and the moving of the American embassy to Jerusalem?
I am for Jerusalem being united under Israeli rule. And as the President of the United States, if you want to work for the State Department, you will be working in Jerusalem.
Picture of me.
See you.